Hello everybody, it's the Savagestacker. So the aggressive way to stack precious metals and a stacker's mindset. So before I started stacking, I'd blow through money like, I was making decent money, but I was blowing through it. I was blowing through it pretty good. And I started prepping. And saving a little bit of cash and buying a lot of grains and salt, instant coffee, canned goods, all kinds of stuff like that. And that was kind of my investment right there. I started doing a lot of prepping, and I did that for a few years, including, buying other stuff. But I was blowing through money, and I was making pretty good money at the time. And I needed something more. I needed something else. And I got this feeling that I needed to start buying precious metals, like in a panic. One day I just woke up going, I need to go get some gold. And from that very moment in time, I have aggressively stacked precious metals. And first was always gold. Gold was, I felt, the most valuable and it was the ultimate, precious metals. There was nothing other than gold. And then I started watching videos and seeing that people were buying a lot of silver. And once I seen all the different kinds of silver out there, I just went nuts, Well, for me, a whole new mindset came into view, and I just went, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this hardcore. I'm seeing these videos of all these guys stacking all these thousands and thousands of ounces of silver and gold, and I wanted that. And because I was adding up the value that they had saved over time, and to me the cost of it at the time didn't matter, even though it was much cheaper then. What mattered is I was actually putting up value for a later date, and which I wasn't able to do before, and I would be able to use that at any time I wanted. And the thing is I want to buy a nice chunk of property, piece of land my kids can grow old on and have fun with, and build tree houses and stuff like that, and animals and farming and gardening and all that. And that was it. That was the whole thing. So my whole mindset changed. It went into just aggressively stacking. And I started in 2019, which is rather late, but I got very lucky, I feel. I was able to get at least a good 6 months, solid 6 months of stacking before the CV hit, before the pandemic. And I got very, very lucky, because I feel like if I would have started in 2020, I don't think I would have been as aggressive or gotten as much done as I have. And my mindset now is I need to be solidly always buying something, having something on the way, or going to the LCS. And I always have phone calls into them of stuff I'm looking for, and they're always calling me every week. And I'll tell them, yay, nay, yeah, I have it, no, I don't, or hold it for me, I'll come grab it, or I'll have a buddy go get it, so they can put it in their stack. And I try to, get it up, try to buy it all up. Well, for me, stacking had to be every day. I was adding, every time I'd go spend something, buy something, I would go, okay, well, that's a 10-ounce bar right there, or that's a 1/4 ounce of gold, and I have slowed down. Like, I used to buy a lot of knives, and I love knives. I don't even have all my knives here. I have a nice case, like a Pelican case full of really, really nice knives, and I have them put up, and once in a while I pull one out, but they're just really expensive knives. So we're talking like custom knives, $1,000 knives, and I haven't bought any of those. I've bought a couple decent knives since I started stacking, but it just was worthless to me. Like, I'm like, okay, they do resell on the market, secondary market, pretty good, but nothing like precious metals does. Precious metals, you can always go back and get your money, at least most of it, or you may get out ahead. So I was like, why am I going to buy all this other stuff when I can go and And, you know, I think of everything as ounces of gold or silver. Anything I do, like I've been wanting to get another Harley, and I'm like, you know, that's like, you know, 10 ounces of gold. I don't want to do that. I want to keep stacking that gold until I get this property. So I don't go buy a Harley because I want to keep stacking. Well, I have a new goal for 2021, and at the beginning of the year, I stacked very aggressively in silver, and I really, you know, did well. I mean, I had probably 580 ounces in a couple months, and I was hitting it really aggressively. And at the beginning of the year, my goal was 500 more ounces and 5 more ounces of gold. 500 ounces of silver, 5 ounces of gold. Well, since then, I've added 2.5 ounces of gold. We're in the 6th month now, and almost 600 ounces of silver. And I've since then slowed down, and that's basically because I haven't been working. I've been on unemployment, and so my funds have been limited, and a lot of my savings I had put into precious metals over those last 6 months. Well, you know, with the money being ripped off last week and stuff like that, it kind of hurt me, set me back a little bit, and I used my unemployment money or my disability money for my bills, you know, and I use a little bit of my savings money for my stack, and sometimes I use some of the disability money for my stack. But basically, that little setback last week, getting my money stolen off of my card, set me back because I had to use a chunk of what was in savings for some other things, for bills and stuff, and I sold a little bit of silver for some other bills. And but you know, those little setbacks, they're going to happen, and I'm just glad and grateful that I was able to stack and use the stuff when I need it. But my new goal for 2021 is going to be another solid 500 ounces of silver, and I don't want to do that until, you know, for a couple months, because I want to pay attention to gold. But also, I've gotten 2.5 ounces of gold. I want to have another 10 ounces of gold. So I mean 7.5 more ounces. I need 7.5 more ounces by the end of the year, and another 500 ounces of silver. And that's really aggressive. That's aggressive. I mean, that's another 1,000 ounces for the year and 10 ounces of gold for the year. And that's an aggressive goal. And I want to achieve it. And I'm getting back to work here next week, and fire season's coming up around the corner. And I really want this property. And it's going to, you know, I don't want to just put a basic down payment, because my payments are going to be crazy. So I want to put a chunk down. I want to be able to put a chunk down. And the stack I have now is going to be, I believe, I want to hold on to what I have now and use it for the future. Long-term hold, you know, retirement plan style stuff. And the stuff I'm going to be collecting from here on out, I'm going to put separate, and I will use that as part of my down payment, and plus the cash that I have saved up. So we'll be able to put a little chunk down. So from here on out, I'm going to start stacking aggressively again. Now, will the prices on gold and silver going to work with me? Who knows? I mean, it could go up. It looks like it's probably going to go up. So, but I'm going to keep on grinding. I'm going to just get as much as I can, and just keep that mindset, keep that stacker's mindset, and stack very aggressively. Because I haven't been able to do it like I wanted to the last few months because of being on disability. But I'm not used to being on disability. I work long hours. A lot of the time when I'm on fires, it's 7 days a week, 30 days a month, you know, 6 months straight, maybe a day or two off, 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, just keep going. And that's what I normally do. So it was nice after 5 years of doing fires and construction to actually get a break and relax and let my body heal for the last few months. And I need some surgeries done, but I'll do that at the end of this year. And I really needed that rest, and I got to do that, so that's great. And I hang out with the kids and be with them while they were on this, homeschooling thing, which was great. I loved being able to be there with them, because it's been, 1 day a week I'll get to hang out with them for the last 5 years, sometimes 2 days a week. And sometimes I'll play hooky in the middle of the week and just kick it with them, But I think for the next 6 months, I am just going to grind and grind and grind and grind. And I'm hoping that the prices hold back a little bit for me. And so I'm able to do that. And hopefully the premiums work with us all. But that kind of approach might not be for everybody. And I know there's people out there that still have a lot of credit card debt, or things have been rough because of COVID. But I think that if you get rid of all the stuff that you don't need, like I don't do cable, I don't do a lot of things. I have Wi-Fi and I have Netflix, and we all get to use Netflix. All of us have our Netflix account, and that's, so we don't have to pay for cable. It just saves money, and everything we don't need or isn't gonna like really help us right now, we have gotten rid of. And we don't need those payments. We don't need those bills. So the biggest thing right now is like the cell phone bill. God, it's like you could buy another car with a cell phone bill. They have gotten outrageous, and I would love to get rid of the cell phone bill, but obviously I use it for this, videos and stuff, but that'd be great to get rid of some of that. So for the next 6 months, I'm gonna just buckle down, kick butt, and just grind all my stack. Just keep grinding. And I hope all of you out there are able to do the same. Take care of that credit card debt. Get yourself out of debt. Get rid of the things that you don't need that you're paying for. Another thing I want to get rid of is my storage. I have a storage and I don't need it. I mean, I have stuff in there that I feel like I'm repaying for like 10 times over because it's in a storage. But try to get rid of all the payments on things that you don't need in your life, and get out of debt, and keep grinding, and you too could have a big old savage stack. But I grinded very, very hard at the beginning, and I feel like I got very, very lucky. And now the stacker's mindset I have is everything. I think of everything in ounces, not even dollar bills no more. I'm like, ooh, I'm not going to spend money here because that would be 3 ounces. I'm not going to spend money here because that would be a 10-ounce bar. I'm not going to do that here. That'd be a 10th ounce of gold. And that's how I think of it. And that's the new mindset that I've become to have from stacking precious metals. It's almost like having a kid. What was I doing before I had children? My life was empty. It feels like, what was I doing before I had stacking? I can't even imagine life without stacking now. It's like it's just changed every aspect of my life. It's crazy. It's like having another kid. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be grinding pretty hard, and that's what I'm going to be doing for the next few months. So this is that 10-ounce bar that I bought, and I said I shouldn't have bought any more silver a couple videos back. I'm glad I did now, because that money got stolen from me, and I wish I would have bought 5 of these suckers. And so it's kind of a bummer, but whatever. And I also bought a bunch of these little 1/100th ounce of gold, 6 of them from Scottsdale Mint. And they are, so thin. I mean, they are thin, but they're very big. They're pretty big. They're like bigger than a gram. And but I got 6 of those just to add some gold to stack, so I can give some of these to the kids. My son just graduated, so well, he didn't graduate. He actually graduated from the 8th grade. Now he's going to high school. And what's going on? He didn't graduate yet, but he did graduate from high school, from middle school, with honors. Above a 4.0, so I'm going to give him some gold, and I already gave him a 10-ounce bar. So yeah, I got a bunch of these little tiny 1/100th ounce of gold, 6 of them, and every 3 is like a gram. I don't suggest anybody buying those. I was just filling it in so I can give some to my kids, and also get over the 500 to get free shipping. And so this is the new bar here. Thank you everybody for coming by. I truly appreciate it. Hit the bell icon so you get updated on my latest videos. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I am almost at my 4,000 hour watch time to get monetized. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but yeah, stay tuned. And everybody, your packages are going out this next week. I got the money for it. Don't worry about that. Thank you everybody for trying to help out last week, because my money got stolen, but I'm not that kind of guy. I really don't want to use your money, but thank you. Please subscribe. Thank you. Savagestacker is over and out.